Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Invisible UX. As promised, I've put together a video walkthrough of my job tracker. I hope you enjoy. First, since so many people have subscribed and started watching because of the Springboard reviews, I'm going to go over the job tracker that Springboard provides and then the job tracker that I've created so you can kind of see where the Springboard tracker might be useful and where my tracker fills in the gaps um, and basically does what the Springboard tracker doesn't do. So first of all, we'll go to Springboard. So as part of the Springboard job guarantee, you're required to apply for at least 4 jobs and network with at least 7 new people every week. It's kind of a lot. Personally, I think the numbers are a little backwards. I think people should apply for 7 jobs and network with 4. Um, it's a little intense, but it's a requirement as part of the guarantee. And as I'm getting close to the guarantee period, I'm just 2 weeks away. I'm learning that it is audited before you can qualify for a refund. But I'll go into that in greater detail in another video. So here we have the career tracker. The tracker goes from Monday to Sunday. Today is Monday, so I have 0 activities logged. As you apply for a job, as you network or contact, you log it, and then obviously the numbers update here. So let's focus on the job tracker. So we scroll down. It's kind of nicely configured. You can easily tab back and forth between jobs and contacts. You can enter your information here, add job, and then it appears in this, what is now a massive accumulation of all the jobs I've applied for over the past 6.5 months at this point. So as you can see, you can scroll. You have the option to update the status if you got an interview, if you got an offer, if you chose to decline it, if you haven't heard back, etc., etc. So let's just go in Product Designer. Oh, this is a link to the actual job, I believe. Maybe we can actually open this. So just like the options above, you can input the job title, the company name, notes for yourself for the career coach. I don't usually use that. The job description URL. This is a job that I had applied through a network acquaintance, so there wasn't actually a web application. It was just emailing this person my resume. But most of my jobs have been web applications. So you'll notice that I don't have any notes for any of my jobs, and that's because I don't actually use this tracker for tracking jobs. The only reason I use it is because it's a requirement as part of Springboard's job guarantee. The reason I don't use it is I wanted to track many more elements than what the Springboard version allows me to track. And I'll show you exactly what I mean. So here's my custom Invisible UX David Campana job tracker, which I'll make available to anybody who wants it. I'll add a link maybe here, here, maybe here. Maybe I'll just add it in the comments. I don't know. Guys, I'm getting used to this video thing. So at a high level, we've got company, we've got role, a link to the role, location, whether or not I've applied yet. In my initial job search, I added job postings that I wanted to apply to at a later date. I've since eliminated that, and now the only jobs that get posted here are ones that I've actually already applied for. So whether or not I've applied, scroll over a bit, the date that I applied, whether or not I have a referral at the company, whether or not I have any LinkedIn contacts that I can network with, and notes on my last correspondence with this particular company. Have they reached out and invited me to interview? Did I reach out to a LinkedIn contact or someone in my network? And then just general notes about the opportunity. So before we dive in deep, and I'll explain why some of these are gray and highlight and why some don't have any highlight. Let's take a look at how many jobs I've applied for. Guys, it's not easy. Guys and gals, it's not easy I started the search just before the holidays. The holidays were very slow. It's picked up since about mid-January or the end of January, but you've got to hustle. You've got to just keep going. So let's hide the menu, and then I'll zoom out quite a bit. Let's keep going, keep going, keep going. Obviously, everything's alphabetized or in alphabetical order by company. Okay, I can't actually zoom out anymore, so let's scroll. I think I've got just over 100, maybe 120 jobs listed here. So zooming back in and going to the bottom. Yeah, we go all the way to 228. So every other column, or I'm sorry, every other row essentially has a job. So that's about 115, maybe 120 because some of the companies I've applied for 2 jobs. So it's a lot. I've got my cover letter skills down. I've tailored my resume to the actual position. And I've been networking pretty hard when I'm applying for a job at a particular company. So once you get up there, this is incredibly helpful. So it's important that you keep track of your status. Have you applied? What day did you apply? Have you followed up on this opportunity? Have you heard anything back? Especially when you do hear back, gray those guys out. So the positions that don't have any highlight are positions that I haven't heard anything from. Either way, I haven't been invited to interview and I haven't been notified that the position is closed. Now, the Adobe positions I applied to, I don't have dates, it's a bad example. Let's see, this Apple position, for example, I applied to it back in late October, 5 months ago. I haven't gotten any notification that's been closed, but it's safe to assume that I'm not in the running for it. So, sorry about that. So the gray indicates that the position has been closed and I didn't interview for it. White is haven't heard anything back regardless. This light blue for senior store designer indicates I had an interview but wasn't selected for the position. And then the sort of bolder blue indicates that I am still in the interviewing process. Okay? Red used to mean it's a job that I should apply for that I haven't applied for yet. See, no, haven't applied. And that's it. It's really simple, but once you zoom out, it becomes very easy to see basically how many jobs out of all the jobs you've applied for, you've A, been approached for an interview, and B, interviewed altogether. So you can start assessing, if you treat it as a numbers game, about 10% of maybe 10 to 15% of the jobs I've applied for, I've been contacted about. And 8 to 10% of all the jobs I've applied for, I've had interviews. So I'm still in the interviewing stage, so 0% have turned into offers. I've come very close with 2 or 3. But I actually just finished an interview just before recording this with a great agency that they want to move me on to the next phase and take a look at my portfolio, which I'm very excited about. So there you have it. I hope it's useful. If you'd like a blank version of this, make a comment in the comment section and I'll figure out a way to make it available to everybody, whether that's through Google Drive or my site. Okay? Yeah, so I hope that's helpful. I hope all of you are doing well in your search. Keep your head up. I mean, I know it can be discouraging at times, especially if you get a string of those emails. Thank you for applying. While we were impressed with your experience, blah, blah, blah. Just keep your head up. I watch this guy, Mike Locke, quite a bit. He's got a ton of content in UX, and he said something that struck a chord in one of his videos, and that's every no you get is one step closer, one no closer to getting to that yes. So it's right around the corner. Now, I know that sounds kind of, it sounds kind of cheesy, but it's all about the attitude, right? You have to work hard, you have to hustle. It's not just going to come to you, but if you work hard enough and keep going at it, you'll get it. All right, everybody. Leave any comments, any questions in the comments section. I'll respond to every one of them. I never ask this, but you know what? It really helps me to understand which videos are useful and which videos aren't so useful. So I'll go ahead and do it. Hit that like button or subscribe. I don't care about the likes. If you like it, great, but hit subscribe. And that way I know that the content I'm putting together is helpful to you. I really just want, if I get to 100 subscribers, I can make my own custom URL and make that into Invisible UX, which would be pretty cool. All right, thanks guys. Have a good one.